So, many of you know that we quit our jobs in New York City 2 years ago and started traveling around the world making YouTube videos that don't exactly pay the bills. So how do we make money to travel? Well, being that there are multiple ways, we invited multiple friends to share with you multiple aspects of how and why they became digital nomads. Also, I like the word multiple.
Hey guys, I'm Nikki.
I'm Derek.
And we've been digital nomads for about a year now.
We developed a love for travel while living as English teachers in Cambodia in our 20s. However, it was somewhat limited by our budget as well as the time off we got at work. So we decided we needed to transition into jobs where we could work remotely.
And after a few years of studying hard, we were able to get jobs as software engineers.
There's lots of things to love about this lifestyle. We get to see new places, experience new cultures, as well as, of course, try new foods.
There are a few things we dislike though. We don't really get to see our friends and family very often, and we rely really heavily on the internet. So if we show up to an Airbnb and the connection's poor, it really throws a wrench into things.
There's a few things we'd like people to know about this lifestyle that maybe they don't already know. First off, the world is way more welcoming and safe than you may think. Lots of people ask me, if the countries we're traveling to are safe, or if we ever have an issue with the language, or if people are not welcoming to foreigners. The truth is, we've never had an issue with safety. People are very friendly everywhere we go, and any issue with the language can be overcome with Google Translate.
If you are interested in this lifestyle, there are so many resources online. There's so much information out there about every single country. You should be able to get any answer to any question you might have.
There will always be this love-hate relationship with Wi-Fi, and it depends on where you're traveling to and where you're staying. Now, for some jobs, we might need a lot of fastest Wi-Fi connection, but for some others, you just need the basic connection and that's it. Now, this is just one aspect that you have to consider when traveling, but it's not the only one.
Yeah, because a good workstation is crucial as well. I know we see these ads of people sitting poolside and on a beach, but ain't nobody trying to work on a damn beach. I don't want sand in my damn laptop. That's a pain to try to clean out. Trust me, I tried it to look cool one time. But also, it's uncomfortable to be sitting on sand working. You either have a bad neck or you hurt your back while sitting out there. And Maria didn't want me to say about how inappropriate it could possibly look, but that's a whole nother thing. Either way, it ain't fun.
Hi everyone!
Hello travelers!
My name is Guillem and I'm from Barcelona, Spain.
My name is Alan and I'm from Nebraska in the United States.
We are both digital nomads teaching in Thailand. I've been a digital nomad for 4 months and Alan for 2 years now. We work in the field of education as online English teachers.
We work for different companies, however, we both teach Chinese, Japanese, and Taiwanese students. Our students are primarily young learners, starting at the age of 4. It gets very fun. But we also teach teens and adults well into their 60s. We both love our jobs so much. It's very rewarding to see the same students every week and to watch them grow in the English language.
The main reasons why I decided to become a digital nomad were mobility and flexibility to set my own schedule. 2 years ago, I was at the end of my paid internship and I wanted to figure out what to do next. Having seen Alan's digital nomad lifestyle and being inspired by it, I decided to pursue a similar career. Compared to this internship, what I like now is that I currently work 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, and I get to enjoy all my mornings, nights, and weekends while traveling full-time, and this ticked all my boxes.
Like Guillaume said, mobility and flexibility are key. For me, especially, mobility is key. Getting to choose the country I want to go to live and work is very important. And the next one after that, we both push to understand the cultures of where we live, the lifestyle, as well as to communicate with the locals. Currently, we are taking Thai lessons and it's going good, but the beauty in being able to communicate is unlike no other. Another important factor would be affordability. As a couple, it's important for us to have our own space, but to be together. And I feel back in our home countries, it would be more difficult than it is now. We eat very well. We are able to rent a house if we wanted to, and we are able to just live our lives together and to share special moments in countries being completely immersed. And the last thing would be about stable income. As digital nomads, we are able to live the lifestyle that we want, especially being teachers online. Even though we love our lifestyles as digital nomads, there are cons. For example, one thing I dislike would be our schedules are different than that of our friends. We work in the evenings, or in the weekend we work almost all day, and our friends are not doing the same. So trying to find that time to meet up and to go out with them and enjoy the country or where we are is quite difficult.
Right, and sometimes this leads to us staying home more than we probably wanted. As you can see, we need a fixed background, we need to have our props. So when we teach, we can't really go to any cafe or any co-working space. We need to work from home. For those of you who are considering the option of being digital nomads, my advice would be, don't be blinded by social media. I'm sure that many of you have seen plenty of pictures of people working remotely, computer by the beach, having the best lifestyle. And this is not what being a digital nomad is about. It has many ups and downs, especially at the beginning. You might not be able to cover all the initial costs. You might feel homesick, be missing your parents, family, friends. But in the end, it's all about being consistent and keeping in mind what your goal is.
Right, we want you to know that do your research. There are many jobs that you can do as digital nomads. Coding, you can be a virtual assistant, and you can teach English like we do. I'm a native speaker and Guillaume is non-native, but we're able to have this lifestyle working together. There are endless possibilities and travel is customizable.
Exactly. So in the end, we both think that you're doing the right
first steps into getting to know more about being a digital nomad.
Now, being a language teacher online is something that anyone can do because there is always someone somewhere in the world that wants to learn your native language. Now, there is always positive and negatives to every single job, but the great thing is that you have options. Right. Multiple options to choose from. Now, maybe you think that you don't have the skill, but it's okay, you can learn it. Right in the description below, you will have our affiliate links to Domestika and Skillshare, where you have a plethora of courses to learn from. Go ahead and learn a new skill to start working online. And if you want to know more ways to make money online, go ahead and check out our Money Makers course right down below.
When I first came to Istanbul, I didn't have YouTube in mind, but I used to watch a lot of YouTube. And I used to feel inspired by a lot of creators out there. And that got me a bit, if you want, motivated to do something. And at that time, I didn't have any plans. I didn't know what to do. So I thought a lot of creators affected me. I felt like I connected with them. And the feeling was really awesome. When I used to type a comment and someone would reply to my comment, I would feel like, yeah, that guy replied to my comment. So I wanted to experience it from the other side. I wanted to get, I wanted to get across the viewer side and just go to the creator side. And this is what happens. And it's going awesome, actually. The feeling of connecting with people, receiving comments, supporting you is absolutely amazing. And trying to, just the fact that you're connecting with a lot of people from all over the world, so many cultures, so many aspects, it's really awesome. Maybe one of the hardest points about it is to always be on the move. And everybody thinks that we just have fun and it's all fun and games and we have the best food and we have the best life, and it's nothing like that. A lot of people think like, oh, well, so you post one video a week. I post one video a week means I work 7 days a week. That doesn't mean that I work 1 day a week. A lot of people think that this is it, but it actually takes a lot of hard work. But I think it's all worth it. Meeting so many amazing people like you guys, getting to experience so many nice things, getting to see so many different cultures, getting to meet new people. I think it's 100% worth the difficulties. It's worth overcoming. There's a lot of advices that I would give myself before I started. When I first started, I saw a lot of obstacles. Like, I didn't have a camera, I didn't have a laptop, I didn't know anything about filmmaking. And I was just building obstacles for myself. Like, I can't do this, I can't do that. And to a point, I was in a circle, so I stepped out of the circle and I looked at myself from the outside. And I thought, okay, I don't have a camera, I can start with a phone. I don't have a laptop, I can edit with a phone. And for about 6 months, no, actually for about 5 months, I recorded everything on my channel with a phone. And I edited everything also with a phone. I bought I think a $100 lavalier mic that broke about 3 days after I bought it. So I had to buy one more. One more thing, that if you're starting YouTube new, you'll really have to focus and not fall in the same mistake that hundreds of YouTubers fall in, and which one of them is me. is that don't focus too much on the numbers, because it gets to a point where you're gonna be obsessed with numbers. Oh my God, I got like 30 only views. I spent so much money and I spent so much effort on this video. It's gonna happen. It took me a lot of time to get my first 1,000 subscribers. But when I got it, it just started going uphill from there. My channel basically is Theorify. You'll be seeing it written on screen. It's about traveling, it's about food, it's about street markets, basically about learning new cultures, experiencing new things, connecting with strangers, everything that is something that you haven't tried before, or you feel like it discomforts you to try it. I was inspired by a lot of YouTubers, by a lot of content creators to seek discomfort, because this is where special things happen. This is where you find yourself.
So, being a content creator is just another way of saying I didn't like working 9 to 5, so I decided to work 24/7. Now, it can take some time before YouTube and Instagram actually pay off, so we have to do other things to pay the bills. Maria does translations, I do video editing for people, we do travel consulting, we make photos and videos for businesses, and we teach English online.
Believe it or not.
We do all that on top of creating content for YouTube and Instagram. It's tough, but we still love it and find it to be worth it because we get to do the things that we love, which is being together, traveling, and meeting awesome people who happen to be some of our awesome viewers. So seriously, thank you guys so much for your love and support. You truly do not know how far it goes for us. But there is one last thing I wanted to talk about, because this is supposed to be my section of the video, so I really don't understand why you are here.
Because it's que I wanted to say something.
What? What did you want to say?
Move to that.
I trying to work on a beach? First off, it's blah, 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 blah. That's what it is. Yeah.
With someone somewhere in the world that wants to learn your native language.
Yo, what?
No.
What they want to learn?
Or native language. I'm gonna start melting.
Me and the seat's about to be the same color. Wait,
Oh, I thought you were ready. That's so funny. And yes, I know. Let's address the elephant in the room.
Can we get to the video?
Let's address the elephant
What
in
is
the
the
room.
elephant? We're not even in a room.
Everybody's thinking about my haircut. Go ahead, we can start now.
That's what everybody's thinking about?
Sí.
Okay.
Now, if you want to know about all these changes faster enough, sign up to our newsletter. You can go ahead with your part.
I can now?
Sí.
Thank you. Any more plugs?
No, that's it.
No?
Check our Discord too.